Oh boy, man, it's been a whole week. I missed y'all. I did. I missed y'all. I missed y'all. I did. You know what I'm saying?
For like 2 weeks.
It was so long.
And and we sitting here having a tantrum because Goat ain't been here in forever.
Right.
But now, but you know what it is though.
Bring that ass here, boy.
The goat is back, and it's 4 o'clock. So it's time to drop that shit, man. Drop that shit, man. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah, you know what time it is. You know exactly what time it is. And if you don't know by now, it's time for Mind Your Motherfucking Business, man. Hey, yo, let's roll out the lineup, man. Who's in the building tonight? It's the GOAT. We got the GOAT in the building. Yeah, what's up, girl? Look at that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Smithy's in the building, son. I see you, fam. I see you. Look at this. Take a picture. Yeah. Motherfucking fashion, girl. I see you. Wait a minute.
This just a dirty old man.
Dirty old man himself. What up, Jay? Yo, motherfucking NYSB. Don't get it fucked up, yo.
I've been drinking.
Make it
Not
happen.
yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
Let's say who been drinking. We just got here.
This game, it's still full. Look, it's still full. I ain't drank nothing.
I've been drinking.
Well,
Hold on, man. Can
Take a
I
sip.
say something real quick?
go ahead and say what you need to say.
Say it with your chest.
I want to dedicate this show, man.
I've been drinking.
I want to dedicate this show, man, to the memory of LGB Quan, man, the rapper from down North Philly, man.
Oh, wow.
Got killed a couple weeks ago, man.
Wow.
Senseless murder, man. You dudes may be running around now, but it's only a matter of time, man. I mean, and, y'all did that for nothing, man. Literally nothing.
Wow.
So just rest in peace to him, man. And we're praying for his family, man.
Yeah.
And, everything, and, friends, family, North Philly, man. And the young generation, he was the voice of y'all, man. Like the old head said last week. Who gonna speak for y'all now?
So eloquently, you know what I mean? Like he got it across.
So
Where
eloquent.
we listened to him too. We were listening because it gave us an insight on where they are, what's going on in their spaces, because we're not in their spaces. And to take his life like that, senselessly, like what did you prove?
You got a chain that you couldn't do. Y'all can't do anything with.
Can't do nothing with. The senseless violence is ridiculous, man. And it's at some point in time, man, that shit's really got to stop, man. It's really.
It's so
really,
sad, man. It's just,
really
I wouldn't want to have a young person, a child, like out there right now. I mean, it's hard enough worrying about each other, but like I know people who got kids that are doing positive things. Like every time I see a young person on the news is doing something positive, either they, got a scholarship, they doing this, they boxing, they made, a belt or whatever it is they do. The first thing I think is get them out of the neighborhood, because it's always one person, one or two, who jealous, who hateful, who bitter, who angry, and you are a target because you are showing them what they're not. You know what I mean? It's terrible.
When we was young, they protected the bastard, the star. You can't come out here on the corner. You can't do this. You go take your ass home. All that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Not no more. You know what I mean? Not no more, man.
Not no more, man. So definitely shout out to the boy, his families, all his loved ones. It's definitely a tragic loss, man. We definitely want to send out those condolences and everything like that when it comes to him, man. And again,
This is about a chain.
Over,
Oh my
robbing, allegedly trying to rob him. You know what I mean?
Wow.
But we ain't gonna keep all this somberness going because he was a great spirit, a joyful spirit. So we gonna get back to what we do, and be joyful too, in his honor as well.
On his honor as well. So since that's the case, then how we gonna do it? Hearts up, hearts up, hearts up. Since you gave it with that, Smiz, we gonna get into what we normally do, man. Let's get into some Smizzy Says. Let's go.
Hey yo, it's Smizzy Says, cause that's what Smizzy said. Cause Smizzy said it.
And this Smizzy Says is brought to you by BEFC, Bears Eat Fried Chicken. Stay crispy and do the unthinkable at BEFC.online.
Yeah, you gotta get some of that chicken on deck over there. You
Get
always
that
shouting
chicken.
about
That
you gotta
chicken.
get some of that chicken on deck over there.
Get that chicken on deck, yo. So, you know how I do. So, Smiz, I gotta ask you, violation or not violation, men shouldn't dance together without choreography.
Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it, man. Only little man I'm dancing with is my grandson. That's it.
Do you feel the same way? I mean, women dance with each other.
But that's cool, though. That's cool.
That's cool.
You don't
That's
see
cool.
a bunch of niggas in the club dancing together.
I'm just trying to figure it the fuck out. I'm definitely trying to figure it out. Ladies, what y'all say when it comes to it?
And if they are, they over there in the corner, over there. Y'all stay over there.
Just stay the fuck over there,
Yeah,
yo.
I'm gonna go all the way
Right.
back. Dudes did used to dance together when they was battling, when they was doing that break dance thing, when they was out there doing their
But
pop
that's different.
locking and all of that. Yeah,
That's
they did
different,
dance together.
That's what I'm
That's
saying. Without
that's
choreography.
coordinated. That's
Yeah,
coordinated.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Without
They was going
choreography, yo.
practicing on that shit.
The battle.
Yeah, so we all can agree that that's definitely a violation. I don't even know where the hell
Right.
that's at, but we gonna rock with that one and shit. We gonna rock with that one. Here's your next one. It says, under no circumstances may two men share an umbrella. Is that a violation or is that man law?
I mean,
It's just an umbrella.
I twisted your head. I put it to you like,
I mean, that ain't no violation. I'm cool with who I am, so I ain't worried about it. I ain't gonna see my homie get
Right.
wet, and I'm dry. I ain't gonna do that.
all right, so let me ask you then. Is
You,
both
you,
hands?
you already starting something. I can see it.
Wait. Is it a violation for both hands to be on the actual stem?
Oh no,
Or is
only
it
one
just-
hand controlling the umbrella. And look at this, right? And if I only got one of them single umbrella, one of them little small ones, it's only me. I'm sorry, you getting wet. I'm sorry. If I got my golfing umbrella, then we cool.
I heard that. Get that up or
Yeah,
out of
that's
here.
a crazy one right there. I ain't never look at it like that. You do be having second thoughts when you with your homie, y'all and start raiding.
Right.
Look, you leaning it over to the how far are you leaning it over to really protect you?
I'm in the middle and all the time.
You right? Can your homie arm be around you up under the umbrella?
Nope.
It takes you.
You feel the same,
That
Shy?
umbrella
You
up
showed-
before all that.
You folding that joint up?
We're both
Gotta
get
go,
wet
right?
before all
We
that.
both get wet, right? Fuck all that shit. Just slam that joint down on the ground, right?
Y'all are terrible.
Here's the next one.
Right.
If you known a guy for more than 24 hours, his sister is off limits forever unless you actually marry her. I.e., the boy from what's that?
Talking about Manny.
Say it, Manny. Yeah, Manny. Because that starts a lot of controversy. Why Tony killed Manny? So
Well,
Is that a man law?
First of all, Manny and her were supposed to go up. Were supposed to walk in that office together and present that to Tony. They wasn't supposed to sneak off. Manny knew that too. You saw how he looked at him, nigga. She
Yeah.
ain't for you, nigga. Leave her alone.
Leave her alone. Especially what he did to the other boy. He's
Yeah,
seen it
yeah, I mean,
firsthand. He's
Come
seen it
on,
firsthand.
man. Come on,
Come on,
man.
man. Come on, man.
Yeah, I
Come
mean,
on, man.
But then Tony regretted that though, man. He regretted it in the end though, man. Because they might have got out of there.
They might
have got out of there if he ain't killed Manny.
What you say, Goat? What you say, Goat? Should that be the case? Are you off limits to your homies, your brother's homie or whatever? Is that the case?
No, I said no.
Why not?
Because that's my own decision. Now, how about we make a good couple and I'm losing out on love because you want to feel the type of way?
Damn, that's a good one, Goat. She said if she find out on some good loving, and just because you say that you nod your head a little sashaying right there. You feel the same way too, Shot? No, you off limits? Is that what you saying?
I don't like no gray areas. Like me and him don't work out. I don't need my brother beefing with him, or I don't need none of that. Like, it's too many of them out there to even. Yeah, you my brother's friend now. You my brother too. So I'm not even looking at you like that. And even if you are one of them joints that be like, hey, I would like to, I think it just wouldn't be worth the complications of it all.
So no bad.
Even if my brother was cool with it, even if you my brother, even if you was cool with it, right? And then stuff don't work out, and now I'm crying to you, and that's your homie. I'm your sister.
But the brothers know who you should mess with. He know who you could mess with. For real. He don't want you to mess with none of the crew. Because they don't want none of that shit to come back with some foul shit, this, that, and 30 shit or whatever. Honestly. But he know who you could mess with when it comes down to it.
I understand that, but I've had stuff similar like that. It ain't worth it.
Damn. She said she already been there, done that. Already. Wow, I heard that. Hey, well, that's a definitely. Here's your next one then. You may fluctuate in front of a woman only after you have brought her to climax.
What? Say that again.
Right, because I was stuck too. Like,
so you can only fart in a woman if you in the bed, y'all having sex. You can only fart with her in front of her unless you made her come.
Yeah, that's about right.
That sound right, yeah. You disagree, John?
You don't deserve to fart if you ain't do what you're supposed to do.
You don't get no benefits, Smith. That's what you saying.
You better go high. You better go high and fart. What they say? You better go poop, nigga.
Terrible.
So you feel the same way, Ja? That's not the case.
I feel like if you've gotten that far, it
don't matter.
What do it matter?
I've already been in like intimate situations, or I mean, shoot, I can tell you a story and make you laugh. You know, I'm married.
Story time.
You know what that mean? You know what that mean? Here we go.
Listen. Well, I have a nose that's extremely sensitive, right? I can smell a bug fart. Like I can smell my nose is like a canine, right? I always smell stuff. I'm like, oh, did you do that? It's something. This is early on in my relationship, so we in Jersey, riding, and I'm like, dude, did you? And he was like, no, I did not. And I was like, you sure? And the next thing I know, he hit a bump, and I did. And I was,
wow!
I was so embarrassed because I was like, ooh. He looked at me like he wanted to pull over and put me out the car right then and there. And that was before we got real serious.
Wow!
I got a story time on the same line.
Here we go.
Wait a minute. He was like, hold up. You probably did the first one. I said, I promise you I didn't do nothing. I smelled something. He hit a pothole on the New Jersey Turnpike.
Dang, that was a big ass pothole.
Right.
And you ever had it happen where it slipped out like you didn't even know it was coming? Like you was like,
it was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
And he looked at me like, oh, I don't know if I can fool with this joke.
Now I'll tell you this. I'm in the sack with a chick.
Oh shit.
Oh, God.
About to do the 1-2, and she let one off. Now this somebody the first time, so this ain't somebody that I know. I mean, a first time. I told her she had to roll.
Oh, no, you didn't. Wait a minute.
Dang.
I got her the fuck up out of there. I said, you got.
Cause she farted. Cause she
You could have told
farted.
her, like, maybe you got probably shit or something. Go ahead and go take a shower and let's, get back to it.
Nope.
Not
Get on
if you
up
just.
out of here.
Not you just farted. She gotta go.
You gotta
No.
go, big.
I admit, I have turned down some cootie cat because the chick just shit it and then wanted to climb back up in the bean. Now that's something different.
That's nasty.
That's something different. But you just farting, I don't think that's a problem.
That's a
Now
problem.
if it really stink, if it's one of them joints like,
It
damn.
spoiled the mood, nigga. Messed my stomach up, nigga. What I'm supposed to do after that? Like Big said, what I'm supposed to do? Hit that after that?
Do y'all watch the famous Gemstones?
The who?
It's this crazy religious show. It's real crazy. And the white dude that played the old man, he is horrible. He is an a-hole, right? Here's the wife. He like 70. His wife like 25, country bumpkin, whatever. It might be 22.
70.
And he keep getting her pregnant, right? So they all out in the mansion, all out by the water. And she laughed and she pulled it, right? And he said, "Woman, did you just pass wind?" And she said, "Oh, I'm sorry, you scared me." He said, "Oh, hell no, you need to go wash that up." It was so funny. Y'all got to see that. I'm gonna shoot y'all the clip. It's hilarious.
Watch that
He
ass.
said, "You need to go handle that." He wasn't playing well. Oh.
Watch that ass. Here's your next one. It says, on a road trip, the strongest bladder determines pit stops, not the weakest.
Now the weakest bladder determine them pit stops, baby.
Right.
No.
And you mad as shit pulling over too, like girl, you need to hold that.
Well, y'all don't even have to stop. Y'all can use a cup or a jug.
Not when you 4 or 5 deep in the wheel. You're not whipping out your willy while you doing that. That's a personal thing when you driving and shit.
Family in the car.
No, you ain't doing that. Grandma in the back seat and shit. You ain't doing that. The hell you doing in the front seat? But what you doing with that McDonald's cup? The hell you doing? You ain't yeah, we've all done it.
My grandma would be like, keep riding, nigga. You do what you gotta do.
Do what you gotta do.
She done changed my diapers. I ain't got nothing she ain't never seen before.
I seen that little chicken, boy. You ain't hiding nothing from me.
You know what I mean? Trying to get there. Oh, here go the man. Listen.
Uh-oh. Tell me. That's not even the regular ice cream. That's the whatchamacallit guy. We know who knows who that
dude sell weed on the side.
He sells something. He definitely sells something.
That's not the ice cream man.
Here's your next one. It says, a true wingman never blocks a fellow man from flirting, but stands on the peripheral to save him from trouble. Correctamundo.
All day.
Oh, no.
All day. That's how I go. Wingman. Does that work for women as well? Is that how?
Yeah, we watch each other's back when it comes to that kind of thing.
Yeah. Y'all be hovering around. But y'all do a lot of blocking too, though. Y'all don't want chicks to shit for the bull to come through. This, that, and third. I think it's a ritual.
Some women do, but I don't want to say real women, but mature women, I don't have that in my group. Like we not like that. Like, but we will watch each other's back.
It takes a strong man to step to a Pacific woman in a group of 5 or more women to talk to her pacifically. You gotta be ready, because they all looking at you funny and they testing your character as soon as you pull up, yo. They giving eyes, they making noises, they making comments, eye signals and shit, all kinds of shit. So definitely that's the case of shit. Here's your next
Well,
one.
honestly, no, because we already peep him watching the table early on before he even get over there. We already know. We just need to know which one of us he looking at.
Oh.
Girl, you see him over there? Yeah. He keep looking over here. He probably he about to come over here. I wonder. And then it's like he been looking at you. He was looking at you. You know, we already stuff.
I heard that.
It depends on what he say out his mouth. If he come out his mouth incorrect, then yeah, he gonna get shot down by everybody at the table.
At the whole table. Damn, your mic still blocked, yo. Your mic still blocked. You gotta turn your mic back on. Yeah.
Me?
No, Smizzy. Here's your next one.
I ain't want y'all to hear the racist song in the background.
Oh, that's the only. That's the. That other one, I don't even know where the fuck he made that shit up himself and shit. I don't know where that one came from. Here's your next one. Man law dictates that being a deadbeat dad is a crime against children, women, and authentic masculinity. Wow.
The description may be a little too deep, but it is a shame.
Being a deadbeat dad, like wow, you brought that child in here.
That ain't good.
Right, especially with the child. The child ain't next to be here.
I think.
But it is a bad reflection on all men, because if the woman is experiencing this with this man and then she out there maybe trying to, maybe meeting someone else, and she has that in the back of her mind, she's leery. Like, I had this bad experience, and I'm not saying that all men are bad because one man is bad. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that,
caution.
Yeah, Yeah.
See, I definitely think that the deadbeat dad, that whole moniker is just thrown around so loosely that it can be applied to anybody for whatever reason. He didn't pay today. He didn't pay it last week. You know what I'm saying? He ain't do what I told him to do, whatever. When that whole scenario from his point of view can be a whole different story.
I'm not looking at it like that. I'm looking at it as him paying whatever his monthly fee is. That's what you asked. You asked that question. Him not coming around. Listen, you want your child's father to. Most women that have a certain level of maturity will want their child's father to be a part of their life, right? Mm-hmm. The women who use that other stuff against the men, we're not talking about them. We're talking about your question, your straight, flat out question. There are plenty of women who use that against men, and unfortunately, a lot of women get a bad rap because of it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean,
he messing with that bee and all that. That ain't none of your business. As long as he doing what he's supposed to do for his kid, who cares? You care because you still got feelings. That's all that's about.
Got her around my son, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, that's all that matters when it comes down to do it. It's just like they throw that deadbeat on anything that emotionally has them unhinged. Anything that
triggers. For the record, there are plenty of deadbeats.
They are, and there's some really good fathers that do what they can.
And there's some really good dads too.
Let's be clear and let's be authentic with that one. Here's your last one. It says, if a man points out a girl or woman he likes, she is off limits to his friends. But if he strikes out with her, she is fair game only after they next meet. They meet next. Wow, now that's interesting. That's interesting because that scenario's played out.
I mean, we've all been in that situation before. I know I have. Try to holler at a chick and she shoot me down, but she really want to holler at one of the homies, and it's fair. I don't care if that's what you want to do. You should just say that from the rip. You know what I mean? Don't even let me.
How she gonna say that when you approached her? You approached her.
No, but I'm saying, if I approach her. And I still get the number, and she act like she want to be around me, but when she's around me, she really want to holler at my homie.
He didn't pose a question like that.
He did. He said if I holler at her and she shoot me down.
Yeah. Me shooting you down doesn't equate me giving you my number.
Well, to be honest, I've seen chicks give out their number
anyway.
And still not. I don't want to hurt his feelings. That's why I gave him the number.
These days, if you look on social media, girls are giving out their numbers because they don't want to get killed. They don't want to get hit. They don't want to get smacked or called all kinds of B's because you turn them down because some of these young men are so immature, and not just young men. Some of them are just really bad.
Let me ask you, Go.
I mean, if you spaz on me I mean, if I spaz on you because you didn't give me or you gave me the wrong number, there's something wrong with my character.
But that's you as a man, how you are right now in your stature. Young men are a little wired differently when it comes to rejection and shit.
I've seen it on social media. Girls all sitting at a table having a good time, and dude come up, and the next thing you know, she was like, "No, I'm okay." And he was like, "You be, you this, I'll smack you all the time." I mean, I'm like, "What?"
Mm-hmm.
So go.
That's when they should be. That's when they should be a licensed firearm carrier, so they can handle their business when you want to act when you want to get dummy. You play dumb games, you win dumb prizes.
You win dumb prizes. Go. Have you ever experienced anything like that? Any of that type of backlash from a dude that you said no to, or brushed him off, or gave him the cold shoulder, or whatever like that?
No, I haven't experienced it.
Good job, Go. Way to hear it. Glad to hear it. There are some hope for some men, at least the ones that Goat has met. So shout out to you, men, for being.
Bring that ass here, boy.
We'll decide what Goat really said to the motherfuckers and probably had them crying.
You know what I'm saying? Go street with it. They know not to come at her with that.
Yeah, she making them faces anyway. What, nigga? Get the fuck up on that. Ain't nobody fucking talking to you anyway and shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's what you Smithy says.
I can see Goat telling somebody like, you know, I'm cool, man. I appreciate you trying to holler at me, but I'm cool. Then if he say something slick, then I can see it going left. I don't see her just being rude.
No, not just being rude, but you know who to try that stuff with.
Right.
I can see her definitely chopping niggas' throats and shit, though, for real. Give them the whole get the fuck up on out of here type shit, cornball, whatever. Let's keep this thing rolling. It's still on you, Smith, so you know what I gotta do since we the men up in the building, man. Let's get into some sports. Yeah, so you know how we gotta do it. It's them sports, baby. So let's get some of these Jones. What you got?
I got the wrong shirt on right now.
It don't even matter. So let's start it off with something we probably ain't even gonna fuck with, but it's that hockey, and then the playoffs are definitely going down, and we going to game one with the Stars and the Oilers. They just wrapped that first up for the Western Conference, and I'm waiting for the determination between my squad, the Toronto Maple Leafs, between the Carolina Panthers to meet up with them Hurricanes in that divisional round to go to the Stanley Cup. So that's your hockey. I ain't got too much with that hockey, but it is what it is.
Next. Hold up, the Carolina Panthers is the name of the football team and the hockey team?
No, it's the Carolina Hurricanes. If I said
Panthers, you didn't say
my apologies. Thank you, Principal Shad, for correcting me on that one right there. And we want to give to the WNBA congratulations to the New York Liberty on their championship and hanging their first chip banner over the Las Vegas Aces. Shout outs to them on that one. Congratulations.
I love their mascot. Their mascot is my girl. I love her.
You like that? That's what's up. Since we like that, we got some more of the WNBA today playing. We got the Washington Mystics versus the Connecticut Sun and the Minnesota Lynx versus the Los Angeles Sparks. Now, before we get into this, Smiz, there's a young man that does something on social media called smash or pass. Now, I don't necessarily have some of those Jones, whatever, but I definitely have few as far as for the Washington Mystics, the Georgia Amore smash on that one. Shakira Austin. I ain't even worried about that picture. Smash on that one. And Kiki Erefigin? Smash on that one. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna leave the girls. I ain't gonna leave y'all, you know, kind of holding. So I'm gonna do something for y'all. Right. I'm gonna do something for y'all. So I gotta ask y'all. When it comes to old Mike, did they open up? Why ain't he open up?
Who's old Mike?
Hold on. Let me see if I can put it up there.
He talking about Mike Jordan.
Old Mike Jordan. You know him. Is that a smash or is that a pass?
Pass.
Pass. Do you know who Michael Jordan is, GOAT?
Yeah, I know who that is. That's a pass.
That's a pass on him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. We're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it moving on. Mike's gets no love. What about your boy, Shaquille O'Neal?
Oh,
Is
that's
he
a
smash?
pass.
You passing on him, too? You getting him up out of there? You getting him up out of there? I heard that.
They passing with flying. I mean, they passing with flying colors. It ain't even no debate or nothing.
None. What about your boy, Stephen Curry? Is that a pass or is that a smash?
That's a smash.
You smashing old Steph?
Yeah.
I heard that. Okay. What about?
I said pass.
Shaw said pass. She said pass. I heard that. What about your boy, LeBron James? Is that a smash or is that a pass?
Oh, that's a smash.
You smashing LeBron?
Yeah, Brown, he can get it.
He can get it. What about you, Shaw? That's smash or pass?
She's just shaking her head, you know. I understand.
What about the boy, Draymond Green? Is that a smash or is that a pass?
I don't even know who that is.
Draymond Green, Dirty Mind, another boy from
he played with Golden State.
He played with Golden State with Stephen now.
No, let me just cut to the point. Before Jalen Hurts was married, he would be a super duper slam dunk smash, back flip, up and down, sideways, left and right, double smash, triple dunk, smash.
So you smashing Jalen Hurts? That's what you saying?
Before he was married.
Before he was married. All right, well, cool. Since we talking about Jalen's, we gonna go to Smizzy Squad. The boy, Jalen Brunson. You smashing Jalen Brunson?
No.
I don't know who that is.
I'm pretty sure you don't, but that's another. She says no.
There's
no,
nothing wrong with him. I just said no. You just no.
No. Now we gotta ask you because this is the bet that we got going on. You may not see his shirt, but Shy, do you see a Smizzy shirt?
Yeah.
Who does that shirt belong to?
Kobe.
Oh yeah! So it was said, but we're not gonna hold him to it. He was gonna be on silent mute for the rest of the show because he swore up and down neither one of y'all knew who that was.
But be honest, I kind of knew John knew. I kind of knew John knew.
She had to know because she's from Philly. I figured she had to know that one. She had to know that one, but that's what's up, and that is your sports section.
I got one sports.
Oh no, my fault. We still got.
I want to say congratulations to my old head, Larry Dixon. Last year he was an assistant coach on North Carolina State. Last week he landed the head coaching job at Morehouse State.
All right.
So congratulations to my old head Larry Dixon. Yeah, I mean we hoping to see you do great things, man.
Big ups to you on that one.
And Larry, listen, I'm waiting for my scouting job because I got players already in the bag for you, homie. I already got some players.
He ready for you. We still got to go to
Larry.
We still got to go to the NBA. We got the NBA Western Conference. They wrapping up with the Timberwolves, waiting for the winners of the Thunder and the Nuggets, which came on at 3:30. I don't know about the score. We can check that out in a second.
I was about to ask you that.
We can check that out in a second. And congratulations to the Knicks and to the Pacers. They'll be the Knicks wrapped it up with the Celtics. Got them up out of here.
Suddenly with that. Don't go
get them up out of there. Huh?
Yeah, he got Boston out of here.
Got them up out of there.
If anybody watching, listening, brailing, nigga, we got y'all out of here.
So got them up out of there. Yeah. And last but not least, the Hopscotch Championships is going down with Twinkle Two Toes Terrence Jenkins and Markeisha Laid on the line Lawrence versus Sheila Sidewalk Stevens and Benny Blocks Batista. So shout out to them on the Hopscotch Championships. Hope it's a great game coming down.
Yo, where they playing that at?
You need medication.
What's the name? What was their name? Box Stop?
Benny Blocks Batista
Benny
and Sheila
Blocks.
Sidewalk
I like the way you
Stevens.
put that together. Twinkle
You
Toes,
like that?
Blocks.
The
I like
Hopscotch Championships. Yeah, that's that, man. That's what's up. So, you want to get serious or you want to mess around a little bit?
It's
What
up to
y'all
y'all.
wanna do? It's
I'm
up to
cool
y'all.
with it. I'm
You cool with it?
I don't
right,
feel
so-
like doing too much thinking today, but we all right. We can do something.
We ain't doing too much thinking. All right, so let's stay
So
a
I
little
said, I
stupid
don't
then.
feel like doing too much. I don't feel like doing too much thinking.
You don't feel like doing too much then? All right, then. Well, let's do this then. I ask y'all a dumb question. If y'all have any dumb questions that y'all need to ask either of any of our hosts, go right ahead. But I'm going to start off with me asking y'all, how much money would you need to do Playboy or Playgirl? I'm asking any of y'all. I'll start with you, Go. How much you need to do Playboy or Playgirl?
I think we did this before, but we all wanted an exuberant amount of money, and I think Shy wanted the most at the end, and it made the most sense what she said, if I can recall. But it was an exuberant amount of
An
money.
exuberant amount. Go. What you need to sign on the line and get on that job?
For like $1 million at least.
$1 million? That's a nice round number. What about you, Smiz? What you need to do?
Last time I gave a good number. Yeah, but I need about 5 of them. You know what I mean, start that off about 5.
He tripled your numbers.
And what's that word you always say when you get it all the time?
You get it all the time.
Perpetuity.
And perpetuity. You want $5 million for the rest of your life? Damn! Damn! Did you hear that shit?
You ain't just gonna bag up on me.
He ain't playing no games.
Damn!
You
He
ain't gonna
said
bag up on me one time.
I heard that. Shy, what you need, girl? What you need? Mr. H ain't here. He ain't got to know. You can let him know you getting a chitty check. What you need, girl? Oh, I went to tell you, I got my bust down on the day too. You see, I got my bust down. I got my bust down. Yeah, I got my bust down. What you need, girl, for that whole joint?
And let me try to do the math real quick.
Damn, get your calculator out. Get your calculator.
Perpetuity, babe.
Damn, that's
Divided by 12.
Wow, she is over there.
Yeah, they don't have enough money for me because
Wow.
once I do that, I can't work no more, and I'm gonna have to move somewhere. And I honestly need to be compensated for all of the mental anguish I'm going to go through once I put my body out there like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and then me and my husband gonna have to go into therapy and everything. So I'm figuring at least 50, 60 mil. And I know they ain't gonna give me that, so it ain't even no need.
I just need some.
And it need to be tax free. You need to pay taxes on the money. I need
I
all my coins.
I agree with that. I agree with that tax shit. I just want some stock in the joint and shit. That's all. Give me mine. I'm getting naked. Take it all. Take them pictures. All that shit in my splendor. Let's get it. Here's your next one.
And I need a body double. You can just put my head on.
You see.
Oh, boo-hoo. Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
He said you
I
need
need
a body
it
double.
AI enhanced. So every time you see the
no,
picture,
you didn't.
it's whatever
Wait
your
a minute.
fantasy
No,
is of
you
how I'm
did-
supposed to look. That's the joke.
Oh, no, you did. Wait a minute. No, you did.
No, we want to see the
I
real.
bet that's gonna happen
McCoy
one
with it.
day. I bet
You
that's
gonna
gonna happen.
get it? You gonna get in Playboy?
It's already
That's what you
happening. It's already
Beauty
happening.
is in the eye of the beholder. So
Yeah.
basically, you should be able to alter. Like people gonna be able to alter that. Your picture or your image will be able to be altered based on what that person that's looking at the image thinks is beautiful.
see. That's interesting. That's some real high tech AI shit right there. Yeah, definitely.
That's
Here's your
something
next
you
one.
need to try to think about patenting, getting on that.
I think it's something out there already like that, because that augmented reality shit is definitely popping. And you can design whatever you want the way you need it to see and do whatever you want it to do. But here's your next one, and I'm glad you kind of started because we're going to piggyback off that a little bit. What really constitutes for a man or a woman to be considered a hoe? Wow. What does it really, because I know we have our own stereotypes and it's really, outlandish shit and your multiple partners, but in some cases, especially with younger people, it just takes being exposed sometimes to shit. But as far as us being in, the sexual champions that we are, what
just
really
running,
do
just
we
running
think?
running through a bunch of chicks, man, with no regard.
Right. Yeah, no regard. You just don't use protection. You just
There you go.
Saying whatever to get her to get, you know what I mean?
So there is a hoe, and then there's a backwards hoe. So there's two different kinds, right?
Okay, break it down.
It might be 3 or 4 different kinds, but I'm only going to work with 2 right now. So
Okay.
a hoe, someone who's like a real bad hoe, is somebody who doesn't have any regard for anybody else other than their momentary desires and pleasures. They don't deal with any consequences of their actions. They just running through, right? Running through. But a backwards hoe is the kind of hoe that is running through and ain't getting nothing out of it. You coming up empty-handed every time. You still asking people for $10 to $20, but you out there spreading it wide and busting it open, and you ain't got nothing to show for it. There's a hoe, a backwards hoe, and a whore. A whore gets paid all day long. He or she is gonna get something out of it. We could go on and on and on about it, but I think somebody who has that whole mentality is just someone who really they just about that moment. They're getting that wet moment. I don't know how you describe it other than to say that. But if you're going to do it, you might as well make the most out of it and get something out of it.
But let me ask you
Don't just leave there wet or whatever.
But what if you like sex? If you like sex and you like partaking in sex,
is that a hoe or is that somebody who has a sexual what is it called when you a sex addict?
You're a sex addict.
You might be a sex addict or somebody who is addicted to it, and you're not trying to hurt nobody. You just trying to do it as much as possible.
But does that make you a hoe though?
I think that's a little bit different. I do. I think it's a little bit different because if you know that you are an addict to this, let's say you're being honest about it and you telling, I'm a sexual addict. I'm going to do. I'm not trying to hurt. I'm telling you up front, this is who I am, right? That's different. But somebody who's just straight up hoeing with no end, like, what are you doing? Like, why are you putting all these miles on yourself? And they just have something.
Is the sexual attraction so great? Somebody got me on echo. I'm hearing echo. All right. I got her. So let me ask you. So if the sexual attraction is so great, and you having sex on the first date, this, that, and the third, or whatever, does that constitute you being a hoe?
I don't necessarily think so anymore. Maybe at one point it was, but I don't think it is now because women are taking over their sexuality and being in charge of who they are and what they want, right? So some women are looking at it like, I just want this, and I ain't worried about if you're gonna see me again or not. Is that a hoe? I don't know. That's just you.
I give you one situation.
Yeah, you just
story time.
No, and it ain't got nothing to do with me and them. I'm gonna keep the innocent, how they are. But I got a homie, went out, had a one night flinging with the girl. She wouldn't give him her name, number, nothing. This is never
a real name or number, or just
he didn't know her name.
Oh, wow.
He didn't know her number. He didn't know anything really about her. They was just at a function together, and they got together, and this and that, whatever happened. And she told him this is never going to happen again. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it. I appreciate whatever. We had a good time, but this is it.
I hope they used protection.
No, they protected us.
Right.
He ain't no fool. You know what I mean?
No, she better not be one either. But I'm just saying, I hope they use protection because I understand that. I know people who've done that.
I've done it.
I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna confirm nor deny, but I know people who done it.
I've done it. But that was so long ago. So long ago. Things have changed. Definitely. You know,
Way back in the day.
Like when our brains weren't even thinking like we are now.
Nope.
Definitely. Here's your next one. What's worse for a man, a bad haircut or dirty shoes?
Oh man, come on. That's you can flip a coin
Dirty
on
shoes.
that.
Is it? Go say go dirty shoes. What you say? Sha, what you say?
I mean, a bad haircut. At least it's a haircut. You got a haircut. You might not be satisfied with it, but if you got a fresh haircut and you got some scuffed up, jacked up, beat up, dogged out sneakers on, I think that would probably be worse.
So you gonna shoes?
Yeah, that is worse. But you can get a baldy if your haircut, man.
You stay wanting to cut people hair.
You can
go ahead and just do a moonshine and just be done with it.
Everybody but everybody ain't fit to have no damn bald head though.
I mean, but how you gonna walk around with a bad hair? You got to get a number one at least.
At least something. And when it comes down to
that's the chart. They still got those charts on the walls in barbershops.
I ain't been in the barbershop in ages.
Those charts are still on the wall. They're updated. It's not, you know what I mean? But yup, shop.
I need a number 2.
A number 2.
Exactly. Let me get that right there. Let me get that one right there.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I'm gonna go back to y'all ladies. Is big lips an attractive feature on a man?
It can be. It can be. It depends on what you like.
That's a good question.
Nothing like.
I mean, what you say, Go?
I say it depends, like the size. You can appreciate a nice little juicy lip, but you don't want to look like a lip.
You don't want no soup coolers, Go. If you know what that is.
As a member of the Soup Cooler Coalition.
No, you're not.
There's nothing wrong with a full lip.
You're not a part of the Soup Cooler Coalition. Don't say that. No, ma'am.
Let me see. Let's go like this. Say
you gotta do a profile to see if you're a part of it. You're not a part of that.
Oh, he can't. Aren't you a gentleman?
I think that men with strong features are very attractive.
Wow. So you got that big ass forehead.
You like a strong chin.
I like a nose. I like a real nice, strong nose. I like nice jawline. And
what's a strong nose? What is a strong nose?
I don't want you to have no little little teeny girl. No, I think that a man.
I never heard of a strong nose.
You nose so strong you can smell tomorrow.
Dirty old man got a strong nose.
Do I? I thought I had a broad nose. I thought it was kind of
strong, broad. It's all the same.
My daddy used to say, "Go on with your big ass nose." He used to call me big nose all damn day. Your big nose, you're breathing too hard over there with the big ass nose over there. Here's your last one. Now, women, I was a little skeptical by asking this, but Smith, you tell me whether you agree or not. Right? Does hard nipples mean you horny on a woman?
No, that can mean you cold.
No.
That can mean you cold.
Just cold?
No, but I think for the most part it do mean you horny. But it can mean that you cold, or I think cold is one of the other things that stands for. I can't really elaborate on anything else.
Now here's what I think. I think one, it has to deal with either irritation and this, that, and the third, or whatever. Anything can stimulate them nipples really quick. I think so. But is it a telltale sign of being horny? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think for that's something like you have to agitate them in a sexual situation.
Okay,
to do something.
enough.
All right, go right ahead. Your turn. Go right ahead. The non-titty people have shut up.
Shut up, because y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Okay. So absolutely not. It does not mean that if you just happen to see a woman walking down the street and her headlights are on, that don't mean she's excited. sexually, she might have large areolas. It might have rubbed up against her bra or something, or she might be cold. Really, it could be anything. It doesn't. Sometimes sometimes they just looking around like, what's happening?
Right.
It does not have anything to do. That sometimes it's just. I was like, one day I was like, "Damn, look at my headlights." He was like, "Yeah, look at them." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know what this is about." I'm just getting ready to go to work. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Why would they like that?
Wow.
It wasn't anything sexual. So no, y'all, stop thinking that. Stop thinking, because that would be just like, without being too rough. I'm not going to go too deep because I don't have your body part.
We're going with the pistols. I see.
Sometimes your pistol might be half awake, but that don't mean you looking for a catcher's mitt. You just
yes it does.
Alert.
Yes it does. if your pistol is pointed at you, it wants to shoot.
You waking up with your come on.
If you waking up, you either gotta pee or you want to point your pistol. It's one or the other. It's one or the other.
But
Don't get it fucked
up. The point of the
up.
matter is sometimes it's just you gotta pee.
Yeah, it could be, but most of the time it want to point at you. If that joint is pointing at you, he want to shoot. Definitely. I know my joint want to shoot when he pointing. He want to pow pow pow.
I am not a pistol owner. No, you gonna let them do me like this?
Rapid fire, baby.
I call foul.
Let's switch the pitch up. Let's and let's get into something fun, man. Smack them up. Smack them up. Smack them up. Let's play something we ain't played in a while, man. Let's go.
Oh,
yeah,
we ain't played this in a while.
Oh boy!
You know what? I think I lost my black card the last time.
I think you did too, yo. And here's your chance to redeem it. Here's your chance to redeem it. So you know how it goes when it comes to this black card thing, where we added just a tad bit of rule as far as points. If you get the answer before I need to give multiple choice, you get 2 points. If you need multiple choice, you get it right, you get 1 point. If you get the multiple choice and you get it wrong, guess what? You get 0. So you know how that goes. So with that being said, here's your first one, and we're gonna start off kind of easy. I don't know, Goat. You might have to. I don't know, but I gotta keep it 100. Goat. You won the last 2 games. If I'm not mistaken on the math and shit, you did win the last 2. So shout out to you on that one and shit. Yeah, I mean, so Goat. Here it goes. Here we go. And this is, we asking everybody, and you can give out your answer whenever you want to. There's no time limit or whatever. It says, which rapper asked us, allow me to reintroduce myself? And it doesn't matter.
I said Shy first.
It doesn't matter whether or not you know what I'm saying, you go first or you whatever. Just let me finish reading the question, and then you can have your answer. You right, you wrong, you wrong. All right?
Okay. He want to finish it out, Shy, even though we know the answer.
We know. Like I said, we're going to start off easy for all y'all. In his iconic song in 2003.
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z, what you say? Jay-Z?
Sean Carter.
Sean Carter, what do you say, Goat?
Yeah, I said Hove.
Hove, she said with the Hove.
Hovey, baby.
Correct. Here's your next one. How many times do you have to say Candyman's name in the mirror for him to appear?
3.
Yeah, 3
That's
times.
your answer,
Yeah,
3? What you say? You say 3?
3.
Yeah, I say 3 too.
The answer is, it's actually 5 times you have to say his name.
No, it's not. No,
Yes,
it's not.
No, he right.
Yes,
He
it
right,
is.
Shy. It is
Yes,
5.
it is. It's 5 times.
Yeah.
That was Mary, Bloody Mary, or whatever.
Oh,
whoever
okay.
else. So that's that one. All right, here's your next one. First black actor to win an Oscar. First black actor.
Hattie
Sidney
McDaniel, color the Gone with the Wind.
Wow. Okay, that's your answer. That's a very
Yeah.
specific one. What do you say, Smith?
I'm Sidney Poitier.
You going Sidney Poitier? What do you say, Goat?
I don't know.
You don't know who none of these people is. Do you need multiple choice?
You give me multiple choice.
So it's Halle Berry, Dorothy Dandridge,
Oh, you
Lena
said
Horne.
female.
I said first black actor to win an Oscar.
Actor,
I'm gonna go with Dorothy
And, here, and,
Dandridge.
here, and here's your choice. And here's your choices.
All right, well, I'm gonna say Halle Berry then. My bad.
All
Halle
right, so
Berry.
here are your choices. Here are your choices then. Halle Berry, Dorothy Dandridge, Lena Horne, Hattie McDaniels. And you already said what you said, Smiz, but that's okay. What do you say, Goat? Out of those 4 choices,
I said Dorothy Dandridge.
you going with Dorothy Dandridge? Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, the answer is you are wrong, and you are correct, Sha, with Hattie McDaniels were going to win. Sidney Poitier was the first black actor and the first Bohemian to win the Academy Award in 1963. So that was actually the details with that, because I was saying the same thing, but I do remember.
So
Now,
what
Sha,
was Holly first for?
that was
She won the
for
first-
Monsters
the
Ball.
Oscar.
That I think it might have been.
She won Best Actress, not
And-
supporting actress. Hattie
and-
McDaniel won for supporting actress.
She
was
won
the
for
first
supporting
black
actress.
person.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes. And you said the what was the name of the movie, Sha?
Gone with the Wind.
Going with the
Wow. Way to smoke him on that one. Great. Here's your
That's
next
right
one.
up her alley. She's a dancer. She's a freaking dancer.
Who's a dancer? Hattie
Her
McDaniels
right
wasn't-
there. She has a musical background. Her.
Oh, her. The one right there. Right there. Her. Right
Her right
there.
The musical background got to do with the acting. I have an
Hattie
acting background
McDaniels
too.
is-
I have an
Hattie
acting
McDaniels-
background too. Yeah.
Hattie,
It's the-
Hattie, you know all about Hattie since she was a little girl, but we can keep on going. We can keep on going.
Keep it on going. Keeping it on
stand him.
going. It says, Shanae was an entrepreneur or Martin. What was her profession?
She's a
Hairdresser.
hairdresser.
Hairdresser from Smith's
And
and
the
Shop.
shop owner.
And shop owner. What do you say, Goat?
I mean, she owned the hair shop, but she did hair and she was doing the nails.
So that's your answer?
Yeah.
Judges? There you go. There you go. Way to do that one. Okay. I hope y'all keep it score. Okay. I gotta ask y'all, who was your favorite character, Martin character inside of there though, before we go on? Who was your favorite character?
The young it gotta be what's his name?
What?
The boy, Jerome.
Jerome. I like the Otis. Otis was my guy.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
Mr.
what I said. I
Otis
like the
was
oldest.
I like
Otis
the young
ain't take
boy
no
too,
shit.
though. I like the snotty nose young boy too.
Oh,
though.
Roscoe, little Roscoe. He was funny.
Shanae is my favorite, then Otis, then Jerome,
No, Jerome.
then
my-
anybody else after that.
See, the only problem I got with any time our black actors want to don that female role is that's my only problem.
I don't like that.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, the Martin Show, definitely shout out to the Martin Show when it comes.
The reason
to
why I really liked that character because you ever seen his sister?
no.
Nah.
He was doing his sister.
Oh,
When I
wow.
tell you his sister looked just like Shanae, like that was him. His sister looked just like him with a wig on.
Damn, he should have just
Wow.
got her to do it, but it is what it is. Wow. But anyway, moving right along. Shout out to the sister and all that good shit.
At the time, I don't know what she looked like now, but at the time.
What's the term for cutting relaxed hair off to leave only natural hair? Silence.
What is the term for cutting off
What
your
is
natural
the term
hair?
for cutting relaxed hair off to leave only natural hair? Is multiple choice needed for y'all?
No, it's the big chop.
You said it's the big chop. What do you say, Smiz?
I'm gonna take a choice.
You want multiple choice? What do you want, Goat? You want multiple choice or you got an answer?
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice. Here we go. Scissoring, hair splitting, the big chop, or shingling?
So I'm gonna go with
yeah.
You going with the chop?
Yeah.
Going with the chop. Well, judges, that is correct with that one. Okay, cool. The big chop. It says, according to, now I didn't know this one. And I didn't do all of the research. I just followed along with it. According to Queen Bee, what's the best revenge? And this is a song lyric. What is the best revenge? According to Queen Bee, what is the best revenge? Do we need multiple choice on this one?
It's getting your money. Getting your money
Your
up.
money. What you say, Smiz? Multiple choice, or you got it?
Yeah, that's about right. Getting your money up.
What you say, Goat?
you. I definitely want to listen to what they saying.
I heard that. And the answer is get your money. Get your money. Get your money. So it says, who was the first black artist to win an Academy Award Grammy? A Grammy. Who was the first black artist to win a Grammy?
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice. What about you, Smiz?
Yeah, I'm gonna go multiple choice.
What about you, Goat? You got an answer?
Yeah, no, multiple choice.
We got Little Kim, Ella Fitzgerald, Count Basie, or Quincy Jones. I had this answer all wrong because I was looking at it wrong. You going with Ella. What about you, Goat?
Who do you say again?
Little Kim, Ella Fitzgerald, Count Basie, or Quincy Jones?
Ella.
You going with Ella too? What about you, Sean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Quincy because he wrote a lot of stuff for people that won Grammys. Like he used to write for Frank Sinatra and all of them. So I'm gonna go with him.
Cool. The actual answer is Count Basie.
I didn't think he had won one.
Exactly. Yes.
I didn't think they was gonna give him one. That's why I ain't say him.
Yeah, I had this wrong. I was so remedial. I said Fresh Prince, Will Smith. I was like, man, they was looking at me stupid. Like I was like, wow. They was like, you stupid. I was like, you right. So here's your next one.
That's good to know.
Which classic movie might you have heard? Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Those Temptations.
He said the Temptations. What do you say, Smiz?
Same thing.
Same thing? What do you say, Shot? Correct, Amanda. The Temptations on that one. Now, this one's kind of, we will see how this goes. But fill in the blank. What is your mom not? I am not blank.
I'm not your friends.
I'm not one of your friends. Correct. We would definitely.
And for extra point, I'm not Boo Boo the Fool. I'm not Sarah Sausage Head. I'm not a fool. I'm not to be played with. I'm not the one. There's so many.
What?
You could have got credit for I ain't the one.
All those answers was acceptable. We definitely accept all those answers. We'll definitely accept those. Has everybody watched Everybody Hates Chris? Everybody seen that show, correct?
For the most part.
Seen it, but a little bit of it. Like, not, that wasn't a show that I watched a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen it. I know it. All right, but go ahead.
You know enough of it. Okay, all right. Which job did Julius not have on Everybody Hates Chris? Do you need multiple choice?
Yes.
Which job did he not have?
What job did he not have? He was known for having many jobs. He worked all the time. You know, go. What you know already?
No, I said I need multiple choice.
All right, here are your choices: fisherman, security guard, newspaper delivery man, or police officer.
He wasn't a cop.
Police
officer. Police officer.
Police officer. And you are correct with that one. You are correct.
I didn't know he was a fisherman.
Yeah, he was all them Jones. He was definitely all them Jones. After you stop, drop, what should you do next?
Gotta roll, baby.
Roll.
You gotta roll. That's all your answers right there?
Yeah, that's elementary.
All right, well, you're all wrong. And shut it down and open up shop.
Oh, you used the red.
Right,
okay, all right, my bad.
This is the black card revoke. We not
in
middle school. Here's your next one. Which amendment to the U.S. Constitution abolished slavery?
The 14th.
Do you need multiple choice? You going with 14, Smith? Shire, you going with multiple choice? Go. Which one you going?
I'm going with multiple choice.
You going multiple choice? What about you, Shire?
You can give me multiple choice, but I think it's a 14th Amendment.
You going both 14th? That's what y'all said? So, Goat, you the only one with multiple choice. Here are your choices. The 13th, the 12th, the 4th, or the 5th?
The 13th.
You already said the 14th. What you
Whoa,
whoa, wait a minute. She said the
She
14th.
was gonna go multiple choice.
She said
Once
she
she
said
gave us the multiple choice, the 14th wasn't up there, and I feel ashamed and embarrassed. So I'm about to cut my camera off.
Yeah, I don't feel good about this because it's not the 5th or the 3rd. It's the 13th. It's the 13th.
definitely the 13th. Wow. Y'all, that black card is heading for them scissors, boys. Heading for them scissors. Here's your next one. What first direction do you go in the cha-cha slide? What is the first direction that you go in when you cha-cha slide? Do y'all need multiple choice?
To the right foot,
To the right.
You said to the right, Smiz. What do you say, Goat?
I had said your right foot. I know something with your right foot.
To the right. What about you, Shy? Do you need multiple choice or you got an answer? She thinking about it. Turn your mic back on. Turn your mic back on.
I remember to the left.
So you said the left, the and the Goat says to the right. Is that what y'all saying? Okay, cool. Well, yo guys are wrong. Sha, you are correct. It is to the left. To the left.
I don't care what I got right. I messed up on the 13th amendment. I'm upset with myself.
We are deducting half of your points for that. Then how about that? Does that make you feel better?
It's
You
okay.
too, Smiz?
It's okay.
You throwing half of your points away, Smiz? Still?
Nah, you don't got.
You ain't doing that. You ain't doing all that. I know that's right. Here's your next one. If you get dressed up, and this is one of those questions, we'll take what answer, but you know what the right answer is. It says, if you get dressed up, what's the first thing your family might say?
I'm going to court.
Uh-oh. Say going to court?
I don't know where you think you going.
Job interview, court, or a funeral.
They're gonna be like, nigga, you look nice.
We will accept Goats and Smith's answer. We are not accepting Shaw's answer on that one. We're not accepting that one. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not that. Yeah. But we'll accept it. Fuck it. We'll take it. We'll give you points for that one. Here's your next one.
Depends on who you are. If you ain't never in no suit and niggas see you like, what you going to court, nigga?
I can do it. Here's your next one. This black woman is responsible for polio vaccines and cancer medicines. Who is she?
Give me a name. Give me a name.
You going multiple choice? What about you,
Yeah.
Sha? Multiple choice, or you going multiple choice too?
I'm going multiple choice.
Here we go. Here's your multiple choice. Jocelyn Elders, Henrietta Lacks, Rebecca Crumpler, or Mother Teresa.
What was the question again?
This black woman is responsible for polio vaccines and cancer medicines.
Black.
I'm going with Henrietta.
You going with Henrietta? You going with Henrietta? Who you going with, Smith?
I'm going with the second lady.
Henrietta?
What was her name?
Henrietta Lacks.
Lacks.
That's who you going with, Smith?
The second. What was the second lady name?
Henrietta Lacks.
Yeah.
Are you sure that's where you want to go?
Yeah, I'm going to take yes.
And the answer is, you are correct. Way to hold on to your gumption with that one. I heard that. Here's your last one. If it wasn't love, then why did this group feel some type of way? Name the group.
New Edition.
What?
You said New Edition. What do you say? Shy?
New Edition.
New Edition. What about you? Go. I know this might be before your time.
I'm just going to go with them.
Go with them then, guys. Darn it. And that is correct. And it looks like you people have held on to y'all black cards.
No, we didn't.
Pretty good.
No, we
Pretty
didn't.
good.
Yeah.
She down on herself. She down on it. Damn, she taking everybody with you.
Yep.
Right.
She taking it for one John. She just taking everybody.
How
with
dare
you.
us? How
We
dare
had a
us?
brain
I knew
fart.
it was.
We had a brain fart.
Yeah, because I knew it was a 10th, and I was just like, because 14th was the one about your the arms. I think it was.
It was one of them jokers. It was one of them jokers. I know. It's cool.
I'm upset.
That's kind of elementary, but it's all gravy. Definitely, it's all gravy with that when it comes to it and shit, though. So, let's get into a question. I gotta ask y'all a question. When it comes to question of the day, I ask y'all, where is it at? Where is that joint at?
Can I get a score?
Oh, you need a
I
score?
am winning. That's all you need to know.
Damn.
No, I'm talking about the Denver game.
You want the Denver game score. And actually, at this point, it's in the third quarter, 48-69. OKC is giving them all the gas that they need right now.
Get them out of here.
Get
Wow.
them up out of there. Get them up out of there. Okay, I got a question. When it comes to relationships, I know this one actually by heart. What's the best advice you've ever given or ever received when it comes to relation or marriage advice? Go for it. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Tell me, just don't go to bed mad at one another. That's all. You lay on that pillow, make sure everything is out.
Wow, I heard that. What do you say, Sha?
Keep your business to yourself. Deal with it with each other. Do not put other people in your business.
That's a great one. That's a great one right there. What do you say, Goat?
If you don't want to get hit, don't put your hands on nobody else.
Oh, wow. You don't want to get hit? Keep your hands to yourself. Mine was communicate. You know what I mean?
I love Goat so much because she be coming from left field with hers, but she be on point.
But what's so funny is
it gives you like an insight to like.
Right.
But here's what's crazy though. She was just saying yesterday, she wanted, I'll punch a motherfucker in their face, this, that, and the third. And I had to tell her, you can't be women, y'all shouldn't want to be fighting men. Y'all really shouldn't. I don't condone no woman to be out there fighting no men, man. Not at all.
And if anybody who can hear us, anybody, male or female, but ladies, I'm specifically talking to you. Somebody put their hands on you, do what you got to do to get away from them, because once is never enough. Once they do it, they will continue to do it, and vice versa. Fellas, you got a woman who want to put her hands on you, she's going to keep on doing it. It's only going to escalate. So do your best to get out of that in the safest way possible when you can, because that is never going to end well.
Definitely. And that thing about going to bed mad, I take that with a grain of salt, because
I do too, because I have gone to bed.
I'm gonna go right to sleep like a baby. What them commercials say? Like, how do you sleep?
Say something to me. And then you to say something to me.
And look, Sha, do you pull your covers kind of tight on you over there too? I'll get
real wild and I'll take all the bed up and keep you on the edge.
I would sleep on that edge like it's a cliff. I'm getting on that cliff over there.
The key is that you make up eventually, but to sit up here and say you go to bed and you make it right every night, even if you say you making it right, your ass is still mad.
I know that's right. I'm gonna sleep like a baby too, boy. Wake up and keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Y'all crazy.
Wow. I gotta ask y'all another question before we move on then. And I'm gonna ask the women first, and Smith, you can chime in on this, when they give their answer. Why aren't more women married? Why aren't more women married in today's day and age? When I know the numbers can hurt, but why aren't they, there's a lot of great women that's catches out there, but why aren't they married? I'm gonna ask you, Go. Why do you think that's the case?
I don't know, honestly.
She said
I don't.
Straight off the bat. Well, we're gonna move right along then. Shop. What do you feel as being a married woman, a newlywed woman? Why do you think a lot of women aren't married today?
Unfortunately, so it's several sides of this story. There are women out there who want to be married, but they haven't found the right person. Or they the fellas, at the very end of the day, we could want to be married all we want. But if we don't have the right partner, or if he don't want to get married, you know what I'm saying, then it don't happen. So a lot of women have chose to just love on themselves. Hey, I can travel, I can do this, I can do that, and have a good time. And then sometimes some men are so, I'm trying to find the right word without being disrespectful. Some men are so beat up, right? That they've had bad experiences, and what they do is they transfer those experiences on the next woman who's a good woman. And women do it too, but I'm just speaking from a woman's perspective, right? So here you are, a good woman, doing everything the best that you can. Nobody's perfect, but you a catch, right? You got your own, you doing this and that, and you in circles with men that are like that, right? So they got their own, and they all that. But then some of these guys are just not mature enough to say, hey, this is the part, this woman and we're gonna make this work. No, because some of them are still living their college dreams and their high school dreams, and they chasing everything that's going, and the woman is not tolerating it, so she'd rather be alone.
Do you feel the same way, Smith? Do you believe what she's saying is holding any validity?
No, she holding some weight, but also a lot of women don't want to be submissive. And play the role of a wife. You know what I mean?
All right, I gotta hit him back with this one.
Hold on, let him get it out first.
Hold on. I mean, and a lot of women don't want to go 50-50 and all that. And a lot of women want to be the man in the relationship. They want to run shit. So I mean, it's a lot of reasons. It's a lot. We can go on. We can have a whole couple hours about this. You know what I mean? And like she said, I ain't pointing no fingers or trying to be disrespectful or nothing. But that's my reality of it too.
I feel like this. A woman will submit when a man is worth submitting to.
Now see, that's a good way to come back with that. But what I want to say in light of all of that is, like how he said, there are a lot of factors that we can go on days and days and days on. But I think one of the things that you did say, Shad, that to me hurts a lot of relationships is women allow that man not to marry her. Instead of, I know it's hard sometimes if that's what you want, to force that hand. But like, yo, y'all been together for 20 years.
I ain't even gonna say I forced the hand. I just put it to it like this. I'm like, I'm not gonna be your girlfriend or your roommate. All right.
Exactly.
So that means,
but that is forcing the hand, though. That is forcing the hand.
How? I'm just telling you what I'm not going to do.
You giving a man an ultimatum. That's whether you don't see it as an ultimatum. That's basically.
Is it an ultimatum, or is it just like, look, I ain't got all these years out here in these streets. Either you want to do this or you don't. Let me go.
That sounds like an ultimatum. That's an ultimatum.
It's just the reality of.
Is it a time limit behind we gonna do this or da da da? You know what I mean? It's kind of an ultimatum.
It's an ultimatum.
I'm saying, is it an ultimatum? Because I'm saying no. Because this is how I feel. If you don't want nothing serious, that's fine. Understand that you're not gonna get serious from me. You can't
what's that saying though?
But you can't ask me to totally commit to a relationship with you if you are not ready to be in a committed relationship. How is that an ultimatum?
Because you telling him.
No, getting married and you know, just saying we going to get engaged and all that. We can do all of that, but what if they got, you know, you need time for all of that?
No sidestepping. Don't sidestep it. She's saying, if I don't want this and you don't and you want this is what I'm not going to be. That's saying to a man, because that's how I'm taking it. Excuse me if I'm wrong. You don't want to be that or this. So make your choice. Make
10 years. Hold up now. It's a time. I'm not saying year 1, year 2. But by year 5 and y'all still, come on, dude. What you trying to do? Do you just want us to be going together forever? Because I don't want that. My goal is to be a wife. Your wife preferably. But if that's not what you want, I'm not beating you up for it. It's okay. So allow me to go to move on. Or just kind of casually date you until I find what I'm looking for. There's nothing wrong with that.
But that's what you're saying though. Like, look, if you don't tie me up, I'm loose to run around then. That's basically what you're saying.
That's not an ultimatum. That is a fact.
That's an ultimatum because now
I
you
mean,
gotta
but she
choose.
putting 5 years on the time of that. I mean, something gotta. She right. Something needs to happen.
So
say that
what if it's a
again,
time-
Smizzy. Say that again.
You right. After 5 years, something y'all playing house.
It's the same thing. If you go in the store and you want to buy fruit, if that fruit has an expiration date on it, and you want some damn apples, you either go buy them apples. No, dead ass. Look at it. If you going in the store and you want apples, right? The store's selling apples. You either want them apples today or you don't. It's a time limit. The time limit is they're going to expire eventually, but you either want them apples or you don't. And that's an ultimatum for any man if they look at that right.
I'm only speaking from my own experience.
And that's fine.
So my experience is this. I was with you for 4 years, going on 5, right? To be fair, 3 of our years were long distance. All right? So I got that. Now we coming up on year 5. As my mother would say, shit or get off the pot. You're either going to commit to this relationship in a way where, hey, we can get engaged, or that way I know you're serious about moving forward, or then we can kind of just make it casual, and then because now I have to open up my options because I see this is not what you want.
Sounds like an ultimatum.
5 years with anybody is too long, and he don't know what he wants. He come on, that's a long time.
5, 10, 15, 20, whatever it is, and whatever time limit you putting on somebody, but you telling them you either shit or get off the pot is making them make a choice. I don't see why you not seeing it as clear.
I see what you're saying.
It is making them make a choice, but what are you going to do? When are you going? What we going to do though?
What we gonna do? What you gonna do?
So when I say what you gonna do, that's an ultimatum?
Yeah.
Okay, then it's an ultimatum.
Yeah, because at the end of the day,
you propose. Ladies don't be with nobody all them years, and he's still just your boy.
And they shouldn't. I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying that the fact of if that's something that you want as a woman, that's your right. Even if the roles was reversed as a man, if that's what you want and she don't want to get down with it, then you should move on. You shouldn't have to tie your wagon to somebody if that's not what you want when it comes to relationship. Why should you?
People do it all the time.
And they're not saying that it's right or wrong. Here's the only condition that's in that. Here's the only condition with that. Here's the only condition with that is not everybody is marriage material. But if I want to get married, hear me. If I want to get married, I'm not going to sit and let you just twiddle your thumbs and just bullshit me along with promises and excuses and all that to be with me.
Okay, let me get in here. Everybody's not marriage material is what you just said, right?
Yes.
So a man is kicking it with this woman in a committed relationship.
Yes.
For several years. Yes. They might even have kids together. Years, right?
Yes.
But in his mind, he's saying she ain't marriage material. Mm-hmm. Then what is she? A placeholder?
What is she? That's something that she got to ask herself because now she's fell into a criteria in his life that he doesn't want to own up to. Far as I'm concerned, what that sounds like is that's your girlfriend. That's somebody that you can decide to be with or not to be with however you want. Because at the end of the day, guess what? And I give this to the Bulls. Shout out to the Bull, Kevin Samuels. Men control the relationships. Women control the sex. So
okay,
so,
I'm not. No.
Women, a lot of times women be with men because the idea of them getting married and will stay with that man for all that time, right? Just like you said.
And that's not right either.
I'm not saying that it is or wrong. I'm not saying that it's wrong, but you will do it. Women will do it.
Can you chime in or go? Can you chime in?
No, I'm listening, man. Y'all going back. I mean,
all I'm saying
it is an ultimatum, but nobody should be. It's unfair to somebody to have them waiting around, especially if they know. That's what they want out of the relationship with you or that person. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So but all in all, we all gotta be aware of one another. We can't be focusing on ourselves when it comes down to it. If I choose whoever to be my lady, then that's what I should want to do. Especially if we 5 years in, we got kids. What are we doing?
What are we doing? You tripping.
Let's make it. And you know how some people think, like, yo, I ain't even getting married. We together. Why we gotta get married? Like,
and if you both are on that page, then that's fine.
Right. Because they just say marriage is a way for the state to get some money or whatever. You know what I mean? So we can confess our love in front of God. We can confess our love in front of God on our own. We don't need nobody to do that and sign no paperwork and get no marriage license.
And that's when I agree that everybody isn't marriage material. If you want to be in that relationship where y'all playing house or however you want to call it, and I'm not looking at it as disrespectful anyway, because some people, they use that common law situation behind it, but I think that's a slap in the face to people that's actually jumped the broom, got married, stood before God, and made those vows.
That whole not marriage material thing rubs me the wrong way, because what it does is it tells me that the person that's saying that is the selfish person in the relationship, because you still laying up, kicking it, paying bills together, doing whatever it is y'all doing, but then you say to your boys or to somebody else, oh yeah, but she ain't marriage material. You've been with the woman 6-7 years. What you mean?
See, you looking at it in a way where he can disqualify that woman. I'm not looking at it in that way. The way that I'm characterizing marriage, they're not marriage material, is that once they got married, that marriage went to shit because that person wasn't ready to be in what a traditional marriage is.
Yeah, but you said once they got married. I'm talking about from the perspective of them not even ever getting married, because he is saying she ain't marriage material yet, and still he done used her body, her mind, or whatever else, and all this for years.
But see, you looking at it just from that one point. You looking at it from that point where it's just the man disqualifying that woman. That's not necessarily the case. It can be just as easily equal on the other foot. He's not who I want. I don't want to shack mine with him. Yup. I don't want to shack my wagon to him because he broke.
She's wrong too.
He this, that, and the third and shit or whatever. It's definitely the same thing. No, we not. This is good banter right there. And this is what I like when we do things like this. You know what I'm saying? Because we both saying the same thing, and she just saying it from her perspective, and I'm saying it from my perspective.
And I agree with you. They're both wrong.
We both agree. We actually both are agreeing. We just looking at it from two different lenses.
And somebody can come in here and look at it from a whole nother perspective.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to them that's
Goat might have a perspective on it.
Goat says she don't know. Goat says she don't know.
But Goat, from everything that you just heard from us,
she tapped out.
What do you think after that?
So what you say, Goat? You hear that?
Hear what?
He said, after all of that, what do you think?
I agree with all what y'all saying. Like, cause I feel as though like I wouldn't want to be married if I wasn't ready for that. Like, so I mean, I get where it's like, all right, if I give that person an ultimatum or whatever, like I don't feel like I should have to do that, but like I'll be concerned. I really don't know if I want to get married. So whoever I be with, they will have to understand that.
Yeah.
And hopefully y'all are on the same page. That's all.
Hopefully, at some point in time in a relationship, y'all could get on the same page.
And everybody don't want to be married. Some people don't even want to be married.
And just for the record, marriage ain't easy.
Damn sure ain't. I mean, relationships ain't easy. Living with somebody ain't easy. Being with somebody, it definitely ain't easy to be with that particular person for years and years and years and years and on end.
Mm-hmm. I tell you what, I won't do it again.
Me neither. I wish I would. This to the dirt. We made that clear. This to the dirt. If you want somebody else, tell me right now so I can move the fuck on and shit. You know what I'm saying? So
that's an ultimatum, though.
That's right.
You just said.
No, that's not an ultimatum as far as what I'm saying. That's a condition. No, that's a condition.
Oh my God.
If you don't want to be, if you don't want to, we already together. If you don't want to be with me now, just let me know. Ain't that a condition? We already together. That's not saying, oh, you're gonna be with me, or guess what? You decide what you want on your steak or whatever. But anyway, we gonna keep this thing moving.
Please.
We gonna keep this thing moving, and we gonna put it on a thing. This is how we do this thing right here. Oh shucks, you know what that means? We had to do it. Since we talking about marriage, we can only talk about love. Yeah. So who we want to send out some love to? We got some love that we need to share. Some love we need to send out. Who we sending out some of those heart shapes to? I'll start with you, Shy. Since you've been burning up the mic, we might as well get you up on out the way. Who you want to send some love out to, girl?
I want to send some love out to Mr. H. I love you.
Mr. H.
Even when it's hard to love me back, I appreciate you. I thank you. And even when it's hard for me to love you back, we still love each other. Mwah, love you.
Mwah. Smithster, who you sending out some love to?
I mean, I send some love out to my family, man, my wifey, and the kids, man. That's about it, man. It's simple today. It's simple today, man.
Short, sweet.
We taking it easy today, man. Y'all
taking it real easy.
I know I'm forgetting. We shout out to Carl. I'm sending some love out to Brandy. She graduated from LaSalle Friday.
Shout out to her.
I'm gonna send out some love for that. Yeah.
Shout outs to her. Goat, who you want to send some love out to? What? We lost her. Hold up. Say that again. We lost you for a second.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. I said I want to send out some love to my family and my friends, especially to have a good friend when you need them. That's a true friend. So definitely want to send a shout out to people that's really in your corner. And I want to send y'all guys some love.
Oh, we love you too, Goat. I definitely want to send out some love to the queen. We've been hanging out, doing our thing, putting up with my shenanigans. I've been putting up with her shenanigans. But that's what you do when you love somebody and they love you back. Give it to me, girl.
And that's a fact.
And that's a fact. Aha! I definitely want to send out some love to all the little ones in our family, all the newborns, all the babies, all the babies. Sending some love out to y'all. Glad that y'all came out healthy. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Jordan, the brand new addition to the family. Shout outs to you. All the other ones. I can't remember all the names, but definitely send out to all the babies and all of the fam, man. Definitely, I want to send some love out to y'all, man. And I did actually have somebody else I wanted to send some love out to. Oh, I wanted to send some love out to Goat's job for giving her the day off so she could be up in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Bring that ass here.
Yeah! Gave her the day off, but I also want to give them some shade.
Her car's still running.
Her car's still running. Got gas in it and everything. I want to tell them too. I got to give them some, mind they fucking business fucking with her money. Get that money right. Stop fucking with her money. But that's what I got to send some love out to. And with that being said, you definitely know what time it is. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So let's get to it. You know what it is. It's that time of the show. You know what I'm saying? What are you thankful for? It's been a blast today. I'm definitely thankful for all the energy God has given me and bestowed upon my life day in and day out, for all the months, all the years, all the seconds, the minutes. To let me see 52 and hopefully plus years. You know what I mean? For a beautiful family, a beautiful wife, beautiful children, opportunities day in and day out, man. Options. Yeah. All of those, what you say, Shy? What we call them? Those choices. Those what was it, Shy?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
What was he just saying? The whole thing and shit with the making. What is it? I'm fucking drawing a blank because I'm old. I can't remember shit. But anyway, with that being said, I definitely thank God.
Yeah, you did it.
I'm mad, yo. I'm definitely, I'm thankful, man, because shit could have went left a whole lot earlier, but he didn't, man. He kept me on that path, man, and I'm so thankful for that, man. I'm gonna turn it over to y'all, man. What y'all thankful for? Shy, you want to go?
I
Run it,
am
girl. What you
thankful
think?
for all the times that God has saved me from myself. I'm so thankful for that. I'm thankful for Him giving me this inner strength that sometimes I don't even know I have, but it pops up when I need it. I'm thankful for y'all. I'm thankful for our friendship, our fellowship, our sister and brotherhood. I'm so thankful for that. And I'm thankful for even the bad things that happen in my life, because I know that there are lessons, right, in it. So I'm thankful for that, because hopefully I'm learning from these lessons and I don't have to keep repeating them over and over again. Even though people sometimes make it hard. But I'm thankful for the experiences that we're all having, and I love y'all.
Love you too, girl. What about
Love
you,
you too.
Brother Smith? What you thankful for today?
Man, I'm just thankful for the blessings, man. Being able to get up and make something happen another day. Spending a couple hours with you guys is always a pleasure. And it's just a blessing, and I love y'all. Just thankful for my family. And just thankful for my health, man. My legs are getting a little stronger, my mind getting a little healthier, so I'm just thankful, man.
We love you too, Smith. Go. What you thankful for today?
Good this morning. Having for the lessons that I've learned that make me a better person, the lessons that I'm.
Oh, we lost her. Damn.
Oh.
Cut out on her.
Oh.
The man don't want to hear. Let's see. Let's get her back. Let's get her back. Hold on. Uh-oh. Call failed. They working against us.
I'm sorry. You can't leave a message because the person you called has a voicemail box that hasn't been set up yet.
Here she go.
Goodbye.
You there? Where you at, Goat?
Yeah, I don't know. This phone been cutting out all day.
All day.
Yeah, but I said I'm thankful for for the lessons that I've learned and for the lessons that I'm still learning. And I'm thankful for you guys.
We thankful for you too, girl.
Go. I ain't never scared.
I can't. Shy saying something to me?
Yeah, she said.
Yeah. I ain't never scared. She know what that means.
I guess. We got any shout outs before we get out of here?
Yeah,
It's about her job. It's about her job.
Oh. What you got, Smith?
I'm going to shout out to Tucker's Lil E and his wife. Had a gender reveal yesterday, so it's a boy. They got their boy. So I know them Tuckers is happy over there about that. So, God willing, the young man make it to the world. We get to meet him one day soon. And just a shout out to everybody, man. I only got a lot of shout outs today, man. You know what I mean? Sharp neck nigga.
Shy, who you shouting out?
I'm gonna shout out our listeners and the people who chime in the chats. I want to shout out y'all, of course. I just want to send love to anybody who can hear my voice. Whatever it is you're dealing with, you're going through, you're gonna get through it. It's just another hurdle. Don't give up. Here we go.
Go. You got any shout outs?
Give all of them a shout out. I love y'all.
Love y'all too. I want to shout out to all the ultimatum people who refused to be abused and made their own damn choices. That's what it was. Your ultimatum motherfuckers out there. I want to give a shout out to y'all who stood up and made that choice for your own damn benefit. And when it comes down to anything else, y'all, you know what it is, man. Gotta mind your motherfucking business. So till next time, y'all, peace out, y'all. We out of here.
Yo, let's wrap this shit up, yo. Talk to him, Bells.
Keep God in your life and love in your heart.
Yeah.
Be real to yourself and the ones you love.
Yeah.
Keep your head up and your eyes moving.